What's up, guys? It's Zach with Zach Chavis Films. It's been a while. It's been a busy season, but busy is good. Finally have a chance to finally give you guys some content and catch you up to date with what we got going on. I think it's fitting, the topic of this video, seeing that we're going to, for what most people will be a slower season. There's a few of you who are still killing it, still busy, but for a lot of you in the winter months, you start to slow down, and one of the biggest things is, well, how do I still make income? Or how do I find ways to still, provide for myself? That's one of the scariest things as an entrepreneur, that, money isn't consistent sometimes. There are dry seasons, which can be scary, and you add to that, the responsibility, which in my case, raising a family, providing for your family, etc. So the topic today is going to be different ways to make income during slow seasons for wedding videographers. This is a layered conversation because there's a lot that goes into this, but the biggest thing that you can do as a wedding videographer is second shoot. Why second shoot? The biggest reason is that it's a great way for you in between your weddings and in between your gigs that you get to have consistent income. Of course, you're not going to work every weekend, you're not going to work every month, but if you build a good network of other videographers that you work with consistently, that's great money that you can still make in the in-between weekends that you don't have anything going on. It also puts less pressure for you to feel like you have to book your calendar up. So that's just one benefit. There's dozens, but another one is that you grow your network in your community. I've said this before on this channel, but I think one of my biggest strengths is the community that I've built with other videographers in my area. Not only do I get the second shoot for them, but after you build a strong enough relationship and you gain trust with the people that you work with, it's more likely that if they're booked for a wedding, the first person they'll send the wedding to is you or somebody else who they shoot with often, who they trust to send a client to. So not only are you making income, but you're building your network and possible referrals from other videographers that you work with. Now, I'm not saying that you should solely work with other people for this benefit. It's just another thing that happens when you start working with more people. The number one thing is just build good relationships with people in your area. And you can be selective. I'm not saying that you have to be buddy-buddy with everybody. You can be genuine with the relationships. But start reaching out to people. Of course, you'll eventually need help at some point. So, if you like who you work with, or you like a second that you shoot with one weekend, call that person back, or reach out to them and say that if they ever need help, that you're available to help them as a second shooter. I don't know what it is in our community as far as videographers, specifically wedding videographers, but we're sometimes hesitant to reach out to people, fear of embarrassment, or, quote unquote gatekeeping, which I don't think most people do, but some people, I think they are afraid that you'll either take their customers or you'll take their relationships, or the wedding coordinator might like you more. Silly, I know, but trust me, there's some thoughts that probably enter people's heads that prevent them from reaching out to other people. Me personally, like I said, my biggest strength since doing this has been the great people that I've been able to establish relationships with. So second shooting is a great way to make income in these busy or in these slow seasons that you might not have as many weddings every weekend. Another one, of course, and this is obvious, and you probably heard this 1,000 times, is to expand. So outside of wedding videography, November, December, and January is a great time for you to dabble and research other types of filmmaking, whether it be commercial, whether it be sports, whether it be documentaries, whether it be anything else that you might be interested in that could possibly bring other income aside from weddings. This is important because, as with anything, you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. And it's probably better to have a diversified skill set and multiple streams of income coming in. It takes the pressure off of you needing to book so many weddings every year, because you have other ways of making money, you have other ways of providing. And also, you learn different skills doing different things. You learn lighting and lighting techniques doing more commercial work, as well as getting better with audio. And there's also other things that you pick up doing different types of work. But again, this is just another way that you can provide income and make yourself some extra money in these slow months. Now, the final and last way that you may be able to make a little extra income, but could be very effective, I haven't really dabbled with it too much, maybe once or twice, but a very creative way is that you can offer add-ons to couples that you've already worked with and completed their wedding albums already. Add-on, an example of an add-on would be like selling raw footage, or offering to do a ceremony edit to somebody that didn't initially have this in their package. You know, it comes with caveats. You know, offering raw footage is always something that you want to be careful of, and you have to realize that when you relinquish raw footage, raw meaning you didn't color grade it, you didn't edit it, it's just completely untouched, that this is still a reflection of your work in some ways. So, you know, I would just keep that in mind, you know, when you do offer this. But again, you know, it's another way that you can make income if you are slow, you're just looking for different ways to bring in some money. But maybe even look into other things that I said, like offering a full ceremony edit, or, you know, offering things that you didn't initially offer in that original package, like a video book from Motion Books, I believe the name of the company is. But this is just another way that you can send a mass email to the couples that you've had for this year and see if they're interested in any of these things, and that's just extra income that you can get from those couples. So, you know, the point of this video was just to help anybody that may seem like these months ahead look a little dim. And, you know, I definitely have been there, and I'm not saying I'm far from it. You know, I have a few weddings booked, a good amount of weddings, but, you know, my heart goes out to anybody that does struggle in these months where more weddings are slowing down. You know, people aren't really booking too much in the December, January, and February months. My advice to you is to stay encouraged. Don't panic. You know, we never make the best decisions out of fear or panic. Use this time to revamp your website, to learn more about marketing, the things that the business side of this is a great time to learn and do a deep dive into that section. And prepare yourself for next year. Things that you can add to your business, ways that you can make more connections, how you can get in front of more couples, SEO, advantages of blogging, and things that can help you get more eyes on your business. So it's a great time where you can be doing something while you're not doing anything. This is a quick one today, guys. Just a real quick word of encouragement, honestly, for people that may be slowing down in these months. But hopefully this was helpful. If it was, feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.